Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Well, it seems like I don't have to tell you what G-7 is. You all know it's now the industrialized countries of this planet, and it seems like they turn from a serious organization into a circus. And why do I say it turns into a circus? Because how would you call an organization inviting a clown to the party? Circus. So, and I'm saying that because G7 invited President of Ukraine, Zelensky, to a G7 meeting. Regardless if it's Zelensky or Tom Jones or Michael Jackson, doesn't really matter. It's just what does Zelensky or the president of Ukraine have to do with G7? It's just a how do you call it, a farce. It's just a stunt. Well, nevertheless, let's go and see, find out. Probably they want to do some more. So this article comes from The Hill by Morgan Chalfant, May 6th, 2022. And the title says, Biden, Zelensky to take part in G7 meeting ahead of May 9th. The White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki reported this, that a virtual meeting will take place one day before Russia's Victory Day, timing that Psaki emphasized on Friday. Well, Russia's Victory Day. Is this like you try to kick Russia in the teeth or something? It's like, what is this? It's like kindergarten. What is this? It's not, if you have a problem, these five countries, four countries, maybe one country, if you have a problem with the leader of another country, you don't try to spit on the country's history and accomplishments. It's not Putin who won the war. He's the president-elect, democratically, however you want to take it. He was voted. Irregularities and blah, 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 whatever. He is democratically elected of that country. He's the president. He represents them. He has to have a parade done, doesn't he? What do you expect? Do you expect him to hang himself or something? So you don't have a problem with the country and the people. You have a problem with this guy. If you have a problem. Remember, Soviet Union, it put in a Soviet Union Russia as well, was invaded by those guys, right, in the Second World War. They fought back. They got to Berlin. It was they helped a lot. For them, which had the most casualties in the whole world at that from the Second World War, the most casualties, unlike any other country. To what? If Russia would have not been involved in the war, in the Second World War, attacked, I'm talking about, by Germany, and stayed outside, I think that the Europe would speak German right now, and maybe more than Europe. But nevertheless, they seem like they spit on the Russian celebrating a victory, a real victory against something evil or attacker. Have a problem with Putin? But what is he supposed to do? Take himself outside of the... So the G7 includes Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, United Kingdom, and the United States. Okay, and these guys will be make plans to do something. Let's see what they want to do. They will discuss the response to Russia's war in Ukraine and potential additional sanctions on Moscow in response to the invasion. But why is it only these countries? Why is it only them? And if it's them, why do you get this? How should I put it? I don't like calling people names. He's a clown. Tool. Okay, Zelensky is a tool. So why do you invite this tool? It's just for us to see that he is important. I read somewhere that his little fleece, green one, was sold with some 90,000 pounds, I think, or dollars. I'm not sure. One of them, it's a lot anyway. People pay for it. That's fine. But can you imagine how this guy's notoriety or I don't know status rose just by that? He could have been like another person over there saying the same things this guy said. Do you think it wouldn't have been another one? I'm pretty sure anyone over there would have been paid enough or supported would have said the same thing. But nevertheless, he's invited to do more sanctions. Okay, so they say that considering sanctions on additional individuals and companies as well as steps to prevent sanctions evasion. Yeah. And then the international community is closely watching Russia's actions on Victory Day, the May 9th holiday, making the country's victory over Nazi Germany in World War II. The international community is closely watching Russia's actions. I'm pretty sure Zambia, Zimbabwe, Bangladesh, all this country will be glued to the TV to see what Russia is going to do on May 9th. I'm 100%. And Liberia too, and I don't know, I can go on and go on. They will be all stop their lives and watch these things. International community. What's the international community? The 193 countries? Is that what it is? They just generalize stuff. They're not even united in all this. There's not all countries, denouncing this. Even they probably should. But for some, it's like, I don't really care. That's not even my business. Why do you try to drag me in? To build anyway. It says here, Vladimir Putin could use the day to formally declare war on Ukraine. Why? Why would he do that? I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think the odds, I would say they're like 1 in 10 to say such a, why does he need to do that? And if he's going to declare war, he definitely doesn't have to declare war on Ukraine. He should declare war on another country or other countries, about 2, and the rest are going to fall in line, follow. Biden administration officials have warned that Russia could try to annex more Ukrainian territory on May 9th, which is Monday. Why? So you get more Ukrainians that hate you at that point in your country? Is that what you want? What's the purpose? Or they're going to get them in and then going to just send them over the border to Ukraine? Is that what they're going to do? I mean, if Putin is so evil, yeah, I think that's what he thinks. Right now they tell us what Putin thought. While Putin expected to be marching through the streets of Kiev, never said that he will, that obviously is not what's going to happen, Psaki said. Psaki, just listen to that person and tell me her IQ. Isn't that below 86? I think it is. Nevertheless, she makes what, $180,000 a year, that person? That person? How much do you make? Psaki. Yeah, okay. And that's meritocracy in the United States. Excellent. That's why her nose is brown all the time. Nevertheless, Putin never said he wants Kiev. He could have had Kiev, a few rockets, or one would have been enough for all Kiev, but obviously he didn't want that. Why would he care? If he's such a criminal, why would he care if send a certain kind of missile over Kiev? If he's already, found guilty that he's a war criminal and he's the next, what's his name, Hitler, but I think Saddam was the next Hitler, and then what's his name, Gaddafi was the next Hitler, and the Taliban was next Hitler, and all next Hitlers. Milosevic, before all these guys was the next Hitler, if you remember. And now these guys, now make up your mind, guys. I think you just dilute, you inflate that guys with inflation, that guy's history, whatever, past or name or how you want to call it, by using it to all these chumps. You want me to say that? Anyway, yeah, it's just that Putin expected. How do you know? How do you know he said that? I never heard Putin say any time any statements that he wants to get Kiev. He said exactly what he wants to take, and he's doing exactly what he said he's going to do. It's just in those guys' imagination to make it look like a failure. Oh, he's behind schedule. Whose schedule? How do you know that's their schedule? Did we expect that things would go differently? Probably. Did they expect? Probably. But I don't think they ever wanted to take on Kiev. The thing with surrendering Kiev, I told you what that was. Just to keep the Ukrainian army over there so they can take care of it in the eastern Ukraine. That's the tactical thing. That's fine. Stay there, busy over here, like we're going to attack and then retreat it. Why do you have to lose so many people and, in the attacks and so on? Just send a few rockets and that's it. Everywhere. If they would have done that, but they didn't. So why not? It's a dissonance between the reality of the actions and what these guys are portrayed to be. I mean, if this guy is so irrational and so on, why is he not acting following that logic? So anyway, the clown is there. I'm sorry, I said the tool. The tool is there, and they will decide on more things. Okay, it's been obvious for about a few months, I was supposed to say, a month and a half, that is NATO, which is United States, versus Russia. And in the meantime, the brothers are used to fight together. People will die, and some other people will play the violin happily, making money and having those people kill themselves, one another. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.